Welcome to Pilates with Jenn. Today we're wrapping up the beginner series with workout number 7, a 50-minute full body flow that introduces progressions to help you transition toward the intermediate level. We'll use the Pilates box to target the side body, back body, and core while adding unilateral work to build balance and strength. This class ties everything you've learned so far and gives you the challenge you need to step into the next stage of Pilates. Once you're ready, I'll meet you on the reformer.
Hey, welcome to beginner class number 7 or beginner to intermediate class number 7. Have your props ready to go, headrest ready, and let's go ahead, lie down on the carriage. I am going to go ahead, lie myself down a little bit away from those shoulder blocks. I am going to lift my head up with my headrest. My heels are coming to that bar. Those abs are drawn in. You want to draw that navel towards the spine. Your arms are resting long by your sides. You're going to take an inhale to prepare, flex those toes towards your nose, and exhale it out as you push those legs long. Resist yourself in. So like I said, this is definitely going to be coming more towards the intermediate class level now, so going to be picking up the pace and coming into a little bit more single leg unilateral work and testing our sides of our body. Use that breath. We're going to go for 4 more here. On this next one, you're going to come halfway in, little pulses here, up and down. Thinking about how that body feels today, thinking about the back line of the body. Shoulders are down, letting that breath sink with the work. We got 3, 2, 1. Extend it all the way out. And let's bring it all the way home. We're going to slide down to the balls of the feet. All 10 toes are picking up real estate. You're going to lift those heels, take an inhale to prepare, exhale, extend yourself out, resist yourself in. Thinking about knowing where those heels are in space. Squeezing those knees to the quads as you find that full length extension. Remember, softly down into the joint. You don't want to be popping down into it. Last 2. We're going to come for those pulses. Come in, drop yourself halfway. Pulse it in and out, slow and controlled. Control the carriage. Embrace the wobble if it's happening. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Go ahead, push yourself all the way out. Bring yourself home. Let's click those heels together into Pilates V. Take an inhale, exhale, extend yourself out. Hold yourself there. Let's drop those heels underneath that foot bar and lift. Drop them down and lift. We're going to go for 4 more just like this, lowering and lifting. And then we will add a bend and stretch. For 2. Last one, next time those heels are high, hold them there. Bend the knees, come into that frog, squeeze it out. Keep bending and pressing, bending and extending. Hips are trying to stay quiet. Abs are pulled in, neutral spine is engaged. Pelvis is heavy onto the carriage, glutes are heavy onto the carriage, rib cage is heavy to the carriage. Last 3. For 2. Last one here, bring it all the way in. And go ahead, unclick those heels. Go ahead, bring those heels back up towards the foot bar. You're going to reach behind you, put your headrest down as if it is up, and we are going to go ahead, shimmy away from those shoulder blocks. So coming into a bridging segment here, take a big deep inhale to prepare. Shoulders are back and down. You're going to tilt that pelvis towards your nose, slowly articulate yourself up, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to the top. Your knees are in line with your hips, and your hips are in line with your shoulders. Your abs are pulled in, you're not splaying out, everything is nice and quiet. From here, we're going to lift that left leg to tabletop, march it down, watch the hips that they don't drop, shift the weight to the right, drop it down. So alternating right and left, trying to keep the hips as quiet as possible, transferring the weight before you lift the other leg. We're going for 3, 2, at the top, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift those hips. Drop that heel, lift those hips if they fell. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, pushing bone by bone into that carriage mat, coming all the way in, bringing that tailbone down, close that carriage. Excellent job. Go ahead, bring the balls of your feet to the foot bar. Extend the carriage all the way out. Bring your arms up towards the clouds, tuck your chin towards your chest. When you're ready, you're gonna take a big deep inhale. On that exhale, push through those legs, slowly curl yourself on up, bend your knees, and bring it in. Excellent job. We are gonna be making a spring change here. So I'm going to be coming down to a red and a blue spring. So that's one heavy, one medium. And once you're ready, you can go ahead. You can roll yourself back down, hold those abs in as you lie yourself back down. And then you can grab those straps behind you. Coming into our mid-back series or our arms and straps. Headrest is coming up. You have the choice between the short loops or the long loops. We're going to mix abs and arms together here. So when you are ready, we're going to lift the right leg to table, left leg, whichever one, have them both come together, squeeze. Abs are pulled in, shoulders are plugged down that carriage mat, knees are over the hips if neutral spine is for you. When you're ready, you're going to press those arms down towards your waist, resist them up. So straight arm extension. Remember that rib cage is heavy on that carriage mat. Tailbone is heavy on that carriage mat. Now, if you feel like you want to add some more, we're going to tuck that chin. And next time those arms come up to the clouds, we're going to curl ourselves up. We're going to reach, look at the foot bar, and bring everything down. So adding our chest lift, warming up the abs. We have 4 more here. For 3, 2. On this last one, curl yourself up. If you have the option, you want to put your head down, by all means, reach those arms towards the foot bar, extend that right leg long, pull it in to meet the left, extend the left long, in to meet the right. Remember, you can always bring your knees closer to your chest, support that lower back if you need to with that imprinted spine. Otherwise, your knees are over your hips, reaching long. 1 more each side. 1 more left, 1 more right. Knees come together, arms float up, head comes down, feet come to the foot bar. Take a moment. All right, arms are coming back up to the clouds. Plug those shoulders down, legs come to table. When you're ready, straight arm extension, hold it at your waist. Go ahead, bend at the elbows, extend those arms long. So you're thinking about those elbows, they're either resting on the carriage mat or they are close to your side body in a hover. If you want to add that chest lift, next time those arms come up towards your chest, tuck the chin, push yourself up, resist yourself back. Use that breath. Exhale, breathe out. Breathe in. We have 3 more. On this last one, choice to keep that head up just as before or put it down. Arms stay straight, both legs, double leg stretch, extend them out, pull them in. Remember, put that neck down, that head down if you feel it too much strain in your shoulders or your neck. If you have that chest lift, can you find a little more core strength? Lift yourself up a little bit higher. We got 2 more. 1 more here. When those legs come in, arms come up to the clouds, take your feet to the foot bar, drop your knees from side to side. Shoulders are coming back, last set here. Same pattern as we've done before, both legs come to table. Arms are coming down by your sides. This time you're gonna flip your palms. We're just coming into that T-press. So press those arms down towards your hips, resist it up. So think about keeping that rib cage heavy on the carriage. Now, if you want to add that chest lift, next time those arms come up, you're going to tuck that chin, curl yourself up, scoop and lift. Curl it up, scoop. Can you get higher in that scoop without lifting that bum off the carriage? We have 3 for 2. Last one, same options, head stay up or head comes down. We're gonna extend both legs long. All I want you to do is open the legs and close the legs. Open and close. You can point, flex out if you want, whatever works for your feet. We got 3 for 2 and 1. Bring it in, legs come in, arms come to the clouds, feet come to the foot bar. Go ahead, drop your knees. You can hang those straps up behind you. Take a moment here and drop your knees from side to side. And then before we come up and make some spring changes and grab our box, we're gonna go ahead, reach our hands behind our shoulder blocks. Our abs are gonna come to, our knees are gonna come to tabletop. So shoulders are staying wide and down. Abs are pulled in, knees over the hip. We're gonna drop our knees towards the left or the right, whichever way you wanna go first. You're gonna keep that opposing shoulder, take an exhale and squeeze and lift towards the center. So you're breathing in as you're dropping the knees towards the other side. You're breathing out as you pull it into center. So breathe in, breathe out. Try to keep that opposing shoulder down. Try to keep those knees over the hips. We have 1 more to each side. Next time those knees come to table and the center, go ahead, bring them down. Toes are on the foot bar. Take an inhale, exhale, push the carriage out. Put those feet onto the foot bar. Arms are coming up to the clouds. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Slowly roll yourself on up. Bend your knees and carefully come in. Great job. All right, we are taking off that medium spring. So coming down to 1 red spring only, so 1 heavy spring. We are gonna grab our box. So our box is coming on to our carriage, short box wave. Headrest, if it's in the way, go ahead, knock it down. We are gonna be kneeling on this carriage. So if you need a pad to kneel on, by all means, go ahead and grab it. We are gonna do some more footwork, get into the glutes here just a little bit and the core. So I'm gonna start with my left foot. My left heel is coming to this foot bar. My forearms are coming down. I'm gonna send those shoulders back and I'm gonna draw those abdominals in. Now this other foot is coming either towards the box, if that's easier, or you want it in line. You want it in line with your hip, if that makes sense. All right, so shoulders down, abs are pulled in, 4-point kneel, okay? So you're gonna extend yourself out, light carriage, extend it out. I want you to bend the knee in and push it out. So really feel through that glute as you're controlling that carriage. Now I want you to control this carriage. So you are controlling how fast those springs come home. You're slowing it down. Squeezing through that glute every time you extend long. You're keeping those shoulders away from your ears. You're trying to get that knee directly underneath that hip as it comes in. We have 4 more. One more here. Go ahead, extend it all the way out, and let's bring it all the way in. Let's come to the ball of that foot. Now that heel is lifted. Weight wants to shift towards the right, towards the opposite side, my left, so make it come towards the center. Abs are pulled in, you're gonna extend that leg. As you extend that leg, hold it there. I want you to flex the foot, point the foot, and bend it in. So extend yourself out. Flex, point, and come in. So reason I have this carriage lighter today is we have not done this in our series yet. So introducing it on a lighter weight. And in. Last 2. Think about the core muscles you're using to stabilize your body, making sure that navel's pulled towards the spine. Next time you come in, come all the way in. We're gonna go ahead, put that heel back onto that bar. I want you to extend yourself all the way out. Now, readjust your arms, shift your weight towards the center. I want you to push off that foot bar. From here, all I want you to do is lift that left knee and drop it down. So you're lifting and lowering. Draw the abs in, squeeze through your midline. Use that glute muscle, use the back of the legs and the quads. Everything's working, lifting and lowering. Last 3. For 2. And 1. Drop it down, bend the knee, and come on in. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna start with the heel. Don't let the weight shift over to the opposite side. Center it, draw those abs in, shoulders are back. Anytime you need to reposition, you take the time to reposition. So controlling the carriage, not letting it slam. Navel still pulled towards the spine. Those shoulders are still plugged down that back. We have 3 more. For 2. And 1. Bring it all the way in. We're gonna go slide that foot up to the ball of the foot. Draw those abs in. Don't let the weight shift towards the opposite side. Centerize it. Extend yourself out. This is where we're gonna flex the foot. Point the foot, bend the knee, come back in. So controlling everything. So really feeling that stabilizing side of your body as you're trying not to let that weight shift to that side. Last 2. Last 1. Bend that knee in, come all the way in. We're gonna slide down to that ball of the foot, that heel of the foot, You're going to extend yourself out. Draw those abs in, shoulders are down. Don't overarch, so keep everything long and strong. Push through that foot on the foot bar. You're gonna lift that knee and drop it down. Lift and down. Draw those abs in, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Full body work. Last 3. One more. When that knee comes down, press it down, bend that knee. Go ahead, sit your hips back into child's pose for a moment. Relax those shoulders. And then we can carefully come up on our box. So I am going to come to a sitting position on our box. We are also going to be putting on all of our springs coming into an abdominal series on the short box. Once you have all your springs on, go ahead and find your strap. So we have done this short box series quite a bit because it's all about building up the core, and Pilates, everything comes from the core. So our feet are flexed, our heels are on that box. Remember, everything is a little different to the machine you're working on, so you have to find what works for you. I like my heels pressing in. It works better on this machine. Another machine I use, the strap is inside, and I have to set myself up differently there. So you do what works for you. Abs are pulled in. We're going to go ahead, reach our arms long. If this does not work for you, by all means, bring your hands around your chest, around your waist. We're going to just go ahead and begin articulating ourselves down. So we're just going to roll ourselves down, one vertebrae at a time, coming down to a position that you can return up from. Draw those abs in. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll yourself on up, one vertebrae at a time. We're not coming up over our knees, we're just rolling it up, stacking our spine. Let's do 3 more just like this. Rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping those shoulders down, keeping those abs in that scoop. Shoulders are scooped, chin is scooping with me. Taking an inhale. Exhale, rolling it up, vertebrae by vertebrae. 2 more. Relaxing those shoulders as you come down. Maybe getting a little bit deeper as you're warming up. Rolling yourself up, controlling it, vertebrae by vertebrae. This is your last one. You're going to roll yourself down. And yes, we are going to hold it there. So we're going to roll ourselves down. Don't roll down as far. You go where you think you can maintain. Shoulders are down. You're going to rotate towards the left, bring it back to center. Rotate towards the right and bring it back. Keep those abs scooped. Chin is tucked towards your chest. Scoop it out. We got 1 more each side. You got this. Breathe. To center. When you come back to center, draw those abs in. Slowly roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking those hips. Rolling those shoulders, bring those shoulders down. We are going to take our work just a little deeper. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, we're going to bring them behind our head. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to take our left elbow and lean it all the way over to try to touch our left hip as we're shortening the rib cage on the left side and opening the rib cage and that side body on the right. Let's come back up to center, drop the right elbow to the right hip, open up that rib cage. Let's bring it back to center. 2 more on each side. One more left. 1 more right. Bring it back to center. Keep those hands behind the head. Open those shoulders, squeeze that back body. Now we're gonna rotate the waistline around the waist. Bring it to the center, rotate it to the right. Let's rotate it to the left. Back to center. So stopping at center every time. Rotating, wringing that waistline out as you rotate from left to right. We'll do one more to each side. Come back to center and go ahead, relax those shoulders. So we started leaning last week and we are gonna do that lean as well. So this week, you have a choice. You can keep your hands in genie or you can bring your hands behind your back. I will show you both variations. I'll start with my hands in genie. So my hands are reaching, my abs are pulled in, my shoulders are backing down. I'm gonna rotate towards my left. I'm gonna lean, I'm gonna reach myself down. I'm gonna draw those abs in. I'm gonna lift and rotate back to center. You could also have your hands rotate. You're gonna lean, so you're laterally flexing over. You're gonna come up and bring it to center. So you choose what version works for you. We're staying to the same side. We have 4 more. Building up those obliques. Last 2. Come back to center and rest those shoulders. I'm gonna start in genie on the other side and then I'll switch. So shoulders are backing down. We're gonna rotate towards the right. We're gonna send that shoulder down, opposite hip's gonna come up. You're gonna squeeze and lift. Rotate back to the center. Rotate to the right. You're gonna lift over the corner of the box, come up, bring it back to center. Hands behind the head. Rotate, lean. Opposite hip comes up to center and back. Two more. One more here, shoulders down. Back to center and bring it down. Go ahead, let's relax those shoulders for a moment. You can take that strap, you can go ahead and place it down. We're gonna come back down to 1 red spring. Once we're on that 1 red spring, we are gonna come off our box. We are gonna switch our box to the long box ways. And then we are also gonna come down and knock down our foot bar out of the way. So it doesn't have to be all the way down, however you want it, just so you have some room for your legs to come long. We're gonna lie on this box facing our tower, where this box is gonna come right at the top of my rib cage, so right at where my rib cage begins. My hands are gonna come to your rails. Your head is looking down over the nose at the well in front of you. Now your legs can be hip distance, they can be together. Do what works for you. I like mine both ways. I'm just keeping them hip distance today. So my shoulders are down, soft bend in my hand. All of my 5 fingers are together. First thing I want you to do is I just want you to reach your arms long. As you're reaching those arms long, I want you to start to press those palms down, squeeze through the side body, and pull with straight arms towards your wrist. Go ahead, slowly return the carriage back, reaching those arms long. Again, press down through those heels of the palms, push, squeeze, pull the carriage towards you. One more just like this, head is still looking down, releasing it back. Next time we're going to add some back extension. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about pushing that pelvis into the floor. As you start pulling those arms, start squeezing through that side body, pulling that carriage towards you, I want you to push that pelvis down, take your gaze and look up over your nose as you lift that chest. Slowly bring it down, release those arms. Now, next time you push your pelvis into the ground, into the box, I want you to squeeze your glutes, maybe point your toes, activate the whole body. So here we go. Push into the heels of your hands. Squeeze that side body. Pull that carriage with your side body. Push, lift, squeeze. Release it down. Let's go for 2 more just like that. Reaching long. Pulling towards your side body. Sending those shoulders back and down. Pelvis, everything is engaged. Reach it long. 1 more here. Really pulling, reaching. Can you get those shoulders back just a little bit more? Reach those legs and bring it down. Great job. We're going to go ahead. We're going to grab those straps. Those straps are coming to the outside of the rails. I am going to hold up on the tape of my straps, but by all means, give yourself, you can hold down at the loops, whatever works for you. Arms are reaching a little bit in front of your shoulders. Head is looking down. Abs are pulled in. Pelvis is gently pushing into that box. Not overarching, just light activation of those glutes, light posterior tuck. When you're ready, arms are coming towards your hips with straight arms. You're going to resist it forward. Just pulling those arms, pulling straps towards your hips, resisting it back. So as you pull those arms towards your hips, I want you to think about squeezing those arms towards your side body, opening up those shoulders as those fingers come towards the foot bar. Resist it forward. Now, if you can visualize the move that we just did when those arms are coming back towards your hips, you're going to push that pelvis down on the next one. So pull your arms, push the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, lift, full body work. Reach it down. Great for our posture muscles, great for our chest stretch, great for back muscles. Whole body movement here. Squeeze the glutes, activate the core. We got 3 more. Squeeze. Last one here. Go ahead, when those arms come long, let everything just hang heavy over that box for a moment. Maybe shake that neck right to left. Just let everything hang. We're going to go into 1 more set here, but we're not going to combine the body movement. It's just going to be arm movement. So head is going to be reaching long, an extension of your spine. So neutral spine, long spine. Arms are reaching towards our hips. That is where they're staying. Elbows get tucked to the side body. You're going to bend at the elbow, resist it back. So bend and straighten. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend, straighten. Breathe in, breathe out. Last 2. Last one. When those arms bend in, go ahead, let those arms reach long. You can carefully take those straps. You can hang them up. And you can swing one leg onto the floor, followed by the other leg. You can bring your elbows onto the box and just give yourself a little bit of a cat and cow here. So elongate that spine, round that spine. You just want to give your body a little bit of flexion after extension. So just rounding and straightening. All right, we can go ahead. We can take that box off. We are finished with it. We can also lift our foot bars up, and we are staying on that one red spring. So once your foot bar is up, go ahead, lie yourself down on the carriage. I am coming side lying, so I'm gonna start on my left side. Now I'm gonna tuck my knees up. I'm gonna lay on my left side. I like my head rest up. Some people like a ball. I do use a ball sometimes, but I wanted to keep the props to the minimum today. So now I'm gonna take that strap. I'm towards the back edge of my carriage. I have myself lined up. Strap is coming on, long loop, onto the arch of the top foot. Once you have that strap on the arch of that foot, I want you to step out to the floor underneath you, or in front of you, I should say, the foot bar. Now reach that hip long, 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 long. As you reach that hip long, your obliques come off the carriage mat. Now try not to let your body open to the side or roll forward. You want to keep that leg in line with the hip. You're going to flex the foot. You're going to point the foot as you bring it, sweep it to the front, and flex it back. So I try not to really cue feet because my feet have a tendency to cramp, and the minute I start cueing them, my feet cramp. But I do it more inside lying because it does add to the work. So you're flexing as you're bringing that heel back, pointing as you're floating that heel forward. What you're also being mindful of is that leg is staying hip height. It's not coming down low here in front of you and bringing it up. So it's staying level, sweeping forward, flexing back. We got 3 more. For 2. Oblique still up. Last one. Leg reaches long towards the foot bar. Keep that flex foot. Step on that foot bar. You're going to bend the knee. Bring it in. Reach it long. Step back on that foot bar, long out of the hip. Bend it in. Flex your foot. Reach long. Squeeze the glute as you step on that floor. It's like stomping it down. Can you also visualize pushing 400 pounds away from you? Mind-body connection. The more you visualize what you're doing, the more it activates the right muscles. We got 3 more. For 2. 1 more here. When that leg is long out of that hip socket, now point the foot. We're going to little circles the size of dinner plates. Round, up and around. Think about stirring that bone in the hip socket. So the femur is being stirred around, not big, not a lot of space in that hip socket. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Are you still reaching long? Are your obliques still up? Reverse them. Small dinner plates, long out of that hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend that knee in. You can carefully take that strap off. You can go ahead, tap that hip or that glute just to bring a little blood flow to it. And then we are carefully going to come up, push yourself up on that shoulder block. We are going to face the foot bar here. So I'm coming to my knees, staying on that red spring, facing the foot bar. My toes are coming underneath the shoulder blocks. My abs are pulled in. My hands are coming to the foot bar. I think I said that. Now, pelvis, pushing forward. So long line from my shoulders down to the back of my knees. Pushing in. Tuck of the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. You're going to push yourself away. Go to where you can control. Draw those abs in. Squeeze through your core as you lift. Tap the bumper. Again, push yourself out. Find maybe that position that you come to a little bit of a tremor. Draw those abs in, squeeze the glutes, strong line, bring it up. Tap the bumper, yes. Maybe going out just a little bit further. We got 2 more after this one. So maybe challenging yourself, pushing yourself out a little bit more. One more here. Make it your best one yet. Come on in. When you kiss that bumper, sit those hips on back. Once those hips are set back, push your arms away. Maybe drop your chest. Maybe lift your bum, get a little bit deeper, open up through that chest and those shoulders. Nice chest stretch here. And then you can carefully bring that carriage in. We're gonna come to the other side. So I am gonna be laying on my right side now. I'm gonna stack my hips first, set myself up, coming a little bit away from the shoulder blocks so you don't jam too much into them. Coming back towards the edge of my mat so I'm kind of lined up. Strap is coming to that top foot. Arch is in that strap. Once that strap's in, flex that foot, step on the foot bar. You will see that once you reach that leg long, those obliques automatically come up. So step on that foot bar. When you're ready, flex that foot. We're gonna point to sweep it forward. We're gonna flex it back to step on that foot bar. You're gonna reach it long, step. Again, watch those hips. You're not rolling to the front. You're not rolling to the back. Obliques are lifted up. You still have that mouse house. Point it forward, flex it back. Stepping on that imaginary floor every time you reach that leg long. Two more. One more here. Step on that foot bar, flex that foot. You're gonna bend that knee towards your chest, push it away towards that foot bar, reach it long. Bend that knee towards the chest, push it away. We have 4. Really step on that floor. Are those obliques still lifted? Are you still side lying? That glute should be talking. I think we have 1 more and then we're gonna hold it long. Hold it long. Now you're gonna point that foot, really step on that floor, point the foot. Forward circle, size of a dinner plate. Really stirring that femur in the hip socket. Last 3. 2. And 1. Hold that foot long. Go ahead, reverse those circles. I'm trying to stabilize my carriage while I'm making these circles. Just hip work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, bend that leg in. You can carefully take that strap off. Tap that glute. And then we are carefully coming back up to a sitting position. We're coming into our second set of planks, only this time our hands are gonna come onto the platform and our toes are coming towards the shoulder blocks. So we are going to be pushing our plank away with just our lower part of our body instead of using our upper body. So abs are pulled in, shoulders are down. You're going to lift the knees. So when you're ready, draw those abs in, lift the knees. Now push the plank away. Find your form, send those shoulders down, draw those abs in, squeeze the glutes, push it away from you. The weight should be towards your heels. We are just holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees in. You can carefully sit yourself down into child's pose. Extend yourself out. Bring that carriage in. I'm going to turn away from you first. We're going to come into a Z sit. So I'm bringing my shin up against my shoulder blocks, and my foot is forward in front of us for a mermaid here. Left hand is coming to the foot bar, right hand is reaching towards the tower. We're going to come over for lateral flexion, so push yourself away. Try to reach that arm towards the foot bar. Open up that whole side body as you reach away. Try to get this hip that's up in the air. Try to aim for it to touch the mat, even though it probably never will. Let's come back up. Find your beginning point and come over for lateral flexion one more time. This time I want you to hold the lateral flexion, and if it feels okay for you, I want you to rotate your chest towards the springs. I like to take my hands and push a little bit further away using my platform. Get deeper into that rotation. Carefully bring that carriage in. Bring your chest back to the side, and then we're going to come back up to our starting point. When we come to where we began, we're going to take our tower hand, place it on the shoulder block. Foot bar hand comes up and over for a counter stretch. All right, I'm going to take both hands. I'm just going to switch my feet. So basically, I'm just switching my feet, and I'll be set up for mermaid on this side. Inside hand to the foot bar, outside hand towards the tower. Push yourself away. Find that lateral flexion. Get this good, yummy stretch. Feels so good. Let's bring it up. One more time. Over for that lateral flexion. And this time, if you want to rotate that chest down towards the well or towards the springs, I like to push away, sometimes push and pull. Opposite hip is trying to aim down towards that mat. And then when you're satisfied, you can, of course, bend that elbow. Come back up to that starting position, grab that shoulder block, and let's come over for a counter stretch, sorry. Come back to center, roll those shoulders. I'm going to bring my feet out in front of me, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this series. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for any other series you'd like to see, please make a comment below, and I'll be sure to make it happen. All right, until next time, I'll meet you on the reformer. Bye.